boys and girls. Today we're going to do a really fun sink and float science experiment. You can do this experiment outside with a bucket of water. You could do it if you have a little kiddie pool and put it in your driveway or in your backyard. Or like me, you can just do it in your kitchen sink. You can get a little stool to stand on and you can go ahead and fill it with water like I did. Then you need to go and collect a bunch of objects around your house or from outside. Look at all the fun things I have found. I found an apple and a little dish and a measuring cup and some pens and pencils. I went outside and found a rock and a stick, all kinds of things. Really, you can find anything that you want to see if it will sink or float. So I'm going to put these things up here. And then what I did is I took a plain piece of paper and I drew a water line. I made it wavy so it looks like water. And then at the top I wrote float, and at the bottom I wrote sink, because if something sinks, it's going to go to the bottom of the water. If something floats, it's going to stay on top of the water. And when we're done with the experiment, we're going to talk about why things sink or why things float. So let's try some. All right, so let's start with my pencil. What do you think is going to happen if I put that pencil in the water? Let's put it in and see. Ooh, my pencil floated. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a pencil right here that's floating on my water. All right, so there's my pencil. All right, now what do you think is going to happen if I put the pen in the water? Do you think that one's going to sink or float? Let's see. That one floated also. So I'm going to put my pen on here. I wonder what's going to happen if I put a rock in there. This time I think I'm going to make a prediction. A prediction is a smart guess. I think the rock is going to sink. Let's see. Ooh, the rock did sink, so I'm going to add a rock to the bottom of my paper to show that the rock sank. This time I'm going to put in, I've got two forks here. I've got a metal fork and a plastic fork. First, I'm going to put in the metal fork. I think my prediction, my smart guess, is that the fork will float. Nope, I was wrong. The fork sank, so I'm going to put the fork at the bottom of my picture because the fork sank. Now I've got the plastic fork. Will this one sink also like the other one did? I think so. Let's put it in. That's my prediction. Ooh, the plastic fork floated. So I'm going to draw that on top of my water because the plastic fork floated. Okay, let's see what's next. And if I put this apple in the water, let's see. Oh, look at that, it sank, but then it came back to the top. Stay there. It's floated. The apple floated in the water. All right, I have a cork. This is something your moms and dads might have lying around. Let's see what happens if I put the cork in the water. It floated. So the cork floated in the water. What do you think is going to happen if I put this pan in the water? Let's see. I put it in. Oh, the pan sank. The pan sank to the bottom of the water. Let's just try one more, and then you can try this at home. I have a stick that I found outside. Let's see what happens when I put the stick in the water. The stick floats. The stick floats. Okay, so why do you think some of these objects sank and some of these objects floated? Well, I'll tell you that it has to do with buoyancy. If something is buoyant, and you can say that word, buoyant, if it's buoyant, it will float. If it is not buoyant, it will sink. Now, why? Well, it has to do with something called density and mass. The more something is dense, the more generally it will sink. The less dense something is, the more likely it will float. But I would like you to find out more about this. If you go onto YouTube and you look up sink and float, or why things sink and float, you will find lots of kid videos to explain to you about buoyancy and density and mass. Make sure you get your parents' permission to do that. And then what's fun is you can keep doing this all day long, and then maybe you could help mom and dad do the dishes. Look, you can take all these things out of the bucket, out of the sink, and you can put them all over on that side to dry. Then you can add yourself some soap. You can even do this outside in your kiddie pool or your bucket, and you can make some bubbles. And you can just have lots of fun playing in water and washing dishes or pouring from cup to cup and jar to jar. Have yourself some fun today. Bye-bye.